For months, the dense forests of central India have offered no answers to Ram and Lakshman. They have tracked every trail and questioned every ascetic, yet their search for Mata Sita remains a desperate, barefoot trek through the wilderness. That search finally leads them to the base of Rishyamukh mountain. Hanuman, having recognized the divine nature of these two wanderers, now leads them up the rugged, ancient pathways toward the summit. At the peak waits Sugriva, a king stripped of his crown, hiding in the shadows of the rocks. The meeting brings together the two most powerful dynasties of the age, yet they meet as fugitives in the dust. These three men find common ground in their shared history of loss. Both Ram and Sugriva are princes cast out from their homes, and both carry the specific, hollow ache of a stolen wife, creating an immediate sense of kinship that requires no formal introduction. Still thinking in terms of crowns and borders, Sugriva proposes a Rajnaitik Sandhi, a political treaty. He offers a calculated alliance. He will lend his armies to find Sita if Ram will use his bow to reclaim Sugriva's lost kingdom. Ram declines the arrangement immediately. He explains that a foundation built on mutual selfishness is fragile, and that his own nature has no room for the cold transactions of statecraft. He offers a different bond instead, Matrata, or true friendship. This is a promise with no fine print and no ledger of debts, held together purely by the weight of one's word. By setting aside the treaty for a handclasp, Ram changed the trajectory of the war to come. This isn't a military mobilization for territory. It is a commitment between brothers to right a wrong, ensuring that every soldier in the coming conflict fights for a moral cause rather than a political one. To anchor this promise, they ignite a sacred fire. They call upon Agni Dev to witness their words, making the mountain peak a temple where their bond is forged in heat and light. Facing the flames, Ram gives his word. He pledges to face the tyrant Bali and see Sugriva restored to his throne, speaking with the absolute certainty of a man whose arrow never misses its mark. Sugriva answers with a vow of his own. He commits the lives of his people and every resource of the Vanar kingdom to scouring the earth until Mata Sita is returned to Ram's side. As the fire burns, Sugriva recalls a specific moment from weeks prior. He describes a massive, dark figure flying through the clouds, a woman's voice crying out for help, and a small bundle of silk falling through the air toward the mountain rocks. The Vanars bring the bundle forward. For the first time since leaving the forest of Dandaka, Ram is holding something that Sita touched. The search is no longer a matter of rumors and tracks. It has a direction. Hanuman unwraps the silk, revealing a collection of golden jewelry. The sight of these familiar ornaments is a physical blow to Ram, bringing the reality of Sita's abduction into sharp, painful focus. Overcome with emotion, Ram's vision blurs. He passes the divine armlets and earrings to Lakshman, asking his brother to confirm if these are indeed the ornaments their queen wore when she was taken. Lakshman's voice breaks as he looks at the gold. He admits he cannot identify the earrings or the armlets because in all his years of service, he never raised his eyes above Mata Sita's feet. He only recognizes the silver anklets he saw while bowing to her every morning. Ram takes the jewelry and closes his eyes. He projects his thoughts across the miles, using their eternal connection to send a silent promise to Sita. He has found her trail, and he is coming to bring her home. This moment reveals the quiet discipline that fuels their quest. Lakshman's refusal to even look at his sister-in-law's face, and Ram's ability to find Sita through a telepathic link suggest that their greatest advantages aren't their weapons, but their mastery over their own minds and hearts. The peace of the mountaintop is a world away from Kishkinda. The Vanar capital is a fortress of stone and gold, built with the spoils of 100 victories, and ruled by the iron fist of King Bali. Prince Angad, Bali's son, has seen the activity on the peaks. He brings word to the palace that Hanuman has been seen in the company of 2 human warriors whose bearing and weaponry suggest a royal lineage. Maharani Tara hears the report and immediately senses the shift in the wind. She realizes that her husband's exiled brother is no longer a lone fugitive. He is now backed by the archers of the Sun dynasty, the most feared warriors in the world. While Ram builds a coalition in the silence of the wilderness, the first cracks are appearing in Bali's empire. The king's absolute control over the mountains is about to be tested by a force he never saw coming. When Tara urges caution, Bali responds with mocking laughter. He is consumed by his ahankar, an ego so vast that he believes himself invincible, shielded by a divine boon that drains the strength of anyone who faces him. He dismisses the threat entirely. To Bali, Sugriva is a coward, and Ram is merely a wandering mortal. He refuses to believe that any man, human or otherwise, could challenge the master of Kishkinda. This arrogance closes the door on the slow, wandering months of the Aranyakand. The period of mourning and searching is over. The alliance on the mountain has set a massive, unstoppable machinery of war into motion. In episode 37, the pride of a king meets the humility of a god. The battle for the mountain begins. Like and subscribe to follow the crusade as we move toward the final confrontation. And tell us in the comments if you think Bali's ego will be his undoing. The events at Rishyamukh remind us that true strength doesn't come from the muscles of a single king. It comes from the selfless, unbreakable bonds formed when men decide to face their hardships together.